being the greatest masked wrestler of all time, in your opinion, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but who's the next great luchador?
Wow, I see so many up and coming stars, and like at the time, Dragon was right by my side, and I see a lot of similarities in Dragon Lee that I had growing up and being part of this business. Like he's always willing to learn, asking for advice. A lot of Rey Mysterio-ish in him.
I love him, by the way. Yeah,
Oh, he's
when he comes
such a good
down,
kid.
yeah, he's such a good dude, and always wanting to do the best he.
Yeah, that he can, right? Yeah. I was telling Angie, I said he reminds me so much, and I've been able to hang out with him and his family outside of the wrestling world, and to see the time and dedication that he gives his wife and his two little girls is like, man, I envy that, because I wasn't like that when I was 29 years old, you know. So that's like props to him. Like I really admire him for having his head straight on his shoulders and walking the right path and doing the right things, not just for him, but to provide for his family. That speaks highly of who he is. But Dragon Lee, then Penta comes along, and I see Penta, and I'm like, whoa. Penta's brother, Ray Fenix, is incredible as well. Like, it's just, there's so many names you can pick that you can say, oh, these guys are the next guys.
Right.
Who's going to be the one? That's going to be up to them. And I think
Safe answer.
Penta's already figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, who can help you out and being the next guy? You just have to put in the work and learn. And he knows that I'll be here if he ever gets stuck with anything to help him out. I can only guide him so much, and he has to do the rest.
Yeah, I think he has a really cool approach, because he's separating himself.
Yes.
I think he stands out from the other guys.
Yep.
Just because of his personality and things like that.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell that he's thinking differently.
Yes, and I think he's had that from day one, even before he came to WWE, like from AAA to wherever he's been. Like he's had this concept of what it is to stand out in his mind, that it has definitely stamped everybody with his name. So and he's such an incredible wrestler too.
Yes.
Incredible. Very very original, very creative, and is always on top of things. So
right. That's No, it's going to be fun to watch, to see who the next Rey Mysterio.
I think we're seeing him now.
There's some really talented dudes out there that are exciting and fun to watch, and bringing that lucha style.
Yeah.
Which is it's crazy. Like, I was like, you can be a fan of it, but it's just like, it's not my my bag, right?
Right.
I have to admit that it's really growing on me, man. And watch those guys do their thing, and it's just like, I don't know how they did that and got up.
Do you feel like the sport has completely done a 360, and like the style has completely shifted to a different style? Or is it just like when you see the lucha libre stuff is when you get to see the high flying? Or
well, I think what they're doing, it's not just high flying now. Like what I can see happening, and what we're trying to do is have that lucha style, and then also wrap a story around it. And when you can combine, instead of it just being a spectacle,
right,
and having two dudes do these incredible moves, if we can wrap a story inside of it, make all that make sense, I think that's going to be a win-win and a huge growth opportunity for people. For the business in general, you know, the business has definitely changed.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways it's changed for the good. But I still think there's a lot of elements that have gotten lost
Yeah.
within the storytelling part of it. Again, if we can figure out a way to combine it all and make things make a little more sense,
Yeah.
you know, I think, man, the wrestling business is going to going to continue to grow. And, you know, I mean, the talent is there. It's just, I think, you know, a little bit of reining in a little bit.
Yeah.
And wrap some more story. I think, man, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Again,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be for you, especially, you know, being able to deal with a completely different roster than you're accustomed to. And the fact that, again, you walk in there and you don't think nothing of it, but they look at you like, he's our boss. Like, he's our boss. Like
that, and what the hell does this guy know about Lucha Libre?
they would never have I heard that. Never. They respect your work, but it is cool to see the evolution. And I know exactly what you're saying about, like, a lot of elements have been lost. And as you were saying that, I was thinking of a couple that I've spoken to some of the talent that comes from here over to the AAA shows. Joaquin Wild being one of them. And I told him, if you can just add this to this, you're going to bring that back. That's never been seen or done before here. So
what's old can be new again.
Of course. It always is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always is. So that's very, very exciting time to be head of AAA and GM of AAA.
Right.
Michelle,
it is crazy.
Position.
Nope. Yeah.
It's crazy
know.
the amount of phone calls and texts that I get.
I can imagine.
Me too, just for you.
People
Yeah.
wanting to come down.
Really?
Yeah, I've been blown away. Like, it's like, it is never ending. And I'll look at them and I'll think, oh man, they're ribbing me.
Just randomly text them.
Just randomly
talk
text,
to the
hey
GM.
man, if you
Talk
ever,
to the GM. Send him Ray's
Text the
number.
I'm going to put you on a covert recruiting mission.
There you go.
Hey, go by so and so's trailer and see what they're doing there. But no, man. Yeah. How's the? I know you were doing an animated series.
Yes.
Are we making progress with?
So we released our it's Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness. We released it in 2023, December of 2023. We released, it's a 10 episode, one season, 10 episode show of an animated cartoon that we created. And December of 23, we released 5 episodes. And then in February of 24, we released the other 5. And it's out in Latin America. But at the time, they were going through some sales and purchases with Cartoon Network and Latin America. And we kind of got lost in the transition. So what we're doing now is we bought the project ourselves. Mm-hmm. We are trying to bring it over to the U.S. and see if we can find the right partnership to be able to display it. You know, a lot of the fans that have seen it really loved it. So feedback is always very helpful. Mm-hmm. That way we know if we're going in the right direction or not. But it's Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness.
We're looking for a distributor here in the States. You know, animation, bro. That's the ticket, bro. It's better than real movies.
It's so long to take too. It's so time consuming. I did all the voiceovers for all the 10 episodes in English and in Spanish. Ooh. They said, let's do them in English too. So when we do come over to the States, so everything's all done. All we need to do is just shop it around. But yeah, it was interesting to be able to do like the voiceovers in both languages. It was a learning process for me,
right? Which
I really loved. So
opens another door for a whole nother career. Still.
Right,
man.
I love it.